Assalamu alaikum. This is the advanced comparative constitutional advocate Gulrez King. Tonight is the 22nd of the August and the year 2024. Basically, I was in the Lahore High Court library and I was basically observing the Punjab Authority, the Punjab Food Authority Act 2012. So, when I was basically observing the laws regarding the Punjab Food Authority Act, I was totally surprised in connotations with the facts of the vendors in the markets, the food operators in the market, in compliance with the Punjab Food Authority Act 2012, that what is ought to be done under the said relevant Authority Act. The vendors in the markets are selling open rate productions of the foods, and they do not have the Punjab Food Authority licenses, and meanwhile there is no servant of the government employment. They are rendering their services as to club them behind the bars or set them according to the penalties prescribed under the said Punjab Food Authority Act 2012. And because of the adulterated food under the Punjab Food Authority Act 2012, a lot of the individuals are getting victimized socially after having the industrial poisonous intoxicated food products into their bodies, and they do not have the sufficient type of sources as to understand that whether the human beings are in proper 90 degree as to reflects the proper sense of understanding to the moral livings in the Pakistan. So while observing such issues in the Pakistan, the food manufacture is against the human consumption rate in Pakistan, and a lot of the poisonous intoxicated food items are being manufactured in the Lahore city especially, and other reciprocating cities of the Pakistan. Despite of recognizing this an offence, the said food authority under the relevant certain or uncertain laws under the statute, they are not in the position as to club such penalties to the individuals who are not in the proper observations of the laws and order. So while I was observing such things, that if the public at large are not in the position as to understand that the food items are not in the accurate length of eating, thereby they would not have the spell of proper human resource observations in the public sector. That is the sole reason which is eliminating the humans into the perfect sort of the solutions for reconciliation of the accurate observations of the rights of the human beings for their living parameters. So the individuals in Pakistan, they are not in the position as to understand the, I have told so many times earlier in my statement, that the females and the males, both groups are in the ultra wires to the constitutional litigations, not intra wires. There is a difference between the ultra wires litigation or intra wires litigations. A lot of the writ petitions, while observing the secondary or primary obligations of the constitutional squares in the Pakistan, they are just reciprocating the criminal offenders of the state for the reconciled sort of judgments, and this is a habitual institutional reform structure devaluations in the public sector. The public is not willing to understand the structure because lack of intellectual thoughts and having no perpetual successions under the common seal of the any government organization, and thereafter the humans at large are just want to live under the shelter of doubts, has to compile the moderate sense of wisdom. Yes. So if we are in Pakistan not understanding the reciprocity of the rights which are deliberately in connection with the affairs of the females and males, thereafter what ought to be done on our shoulder? We are not into that habit of observations of the laws. The fluctuations, productions of the females at large in Pakistan, the equitable entrustment of the resolutions of the females' rights and the males' rights in the Pakistan, the reciprocating criminal misappropriations of the assets and the wealth statements in Pakistan, the civil negative litigation in Pakistan from the more than more than 70 decades in the Pakistan. These all reciprocating problems under the civil administration of the criminal justice system in the Pakistan needs to be a proper solution as to provide the accurate control of the wisdom to the public at large. But the institutional reforms in Pakistan are required as to perform obligatory task management for the reconciliation economical order as to provide them a sufficient source of reliance in Pakistan. The Pakistanis in Pakistan even do not have big positions because of lack of security of the capital and trust instruments in their hands. They are reciprocating to the capital of their ipsy dixit type of capital they have, and they are just reciprocating the criminal activities in the public sector while disposing of their civil properties under disposal of doubt as well. Disposal of doubt. Incrementing the sufficient resources for the others would not create any perfection in your life. Despite of consideration of these things, we have to elevate such individuals who can perform in the public sector despite of puffing in the smoke in the air and they do not have appointations at to burn the midnight oil in order to crack the nuts in the morning. They do not have sufficient reliable sources. They have become a speculation business under the income tax ordinance. Yes, they are trying to entertain the speculation sort of business and they do not have the sufficient sources. The females are wondering as to have the proper balance of equitable reforms in the public sector, but as per my observation, if the females have a lot of the thoughts inside such females' mental approach, thereafter no one is there to elevate or to acquire such thoughts out of the head of the said females in question, and the males are trying to live with the females, and the females are just mobilizing the males' capitals, and this is the habit negating the divorcee repatriation offense in the Pakistan. The marital declinations in the Pakistan appears to be a top listed offense because no one appears to be an incriminating person who can increase its capital through working, because no one likes to work. In Pakistan, they have an inherited issue. In Pakistan, they always put their eyes to the capital of the another person in order to crack the hard earnings of the said individuals, despite of recognition of their own self-evaluations in the accurate length of walking, and they always expect out of the hard labor of someone else, second person, third person, fourth person, but not onto their own. And that is the sole reason dissolving the economical solutions in the Pakistan. The other countries are reciprocating the laws and other things to us. We do not have the sufficient laws. Yes. So what are basic ingredients leading us into the miserable situations in the public sector, along with the multifarious nature of the trichotomies in the public sector? We have to consider these facts before it's too late. And I was always rotating such informative intellectual thoughts. So stay blessed. This is Advanced Comparative Constitutional Advocate Gurez King.